Welcome back to Marketing Champions here on Daily Ad Brief. I'm Howard Walpoff, your host. Again, we're talking about marketing with marketers from around the country. Today, we're staying here in Florida, down to Miami, with Desmond Croan from Desmond Garcia. Desmond, welcome to our conversation today.
Hey, thanks so much, Howard. It's good to see you, and thanks for having me on today.
Well, we appreciate having you and looking forward to learning more about you and what you're doing for your clients. But why don't we start with telling us a little bit about why marketing? What got you started, and what was the spark to really lead into your career?
Yeah, around my early 20s, I had a great opportunity to actually create and produce shows with NBC Universal. And that was right around the time when YouTube started to become of predominant importance. And so what we were doing with basically television shows was creating digital episodes and testing them and producing them in a digital fashion in short form content. And from there, the career basically grew into I actually joined a startup at the time, which was called TRX Training. I joined them and led video and digital strategy and helped the brand grow from a really small startup in Silicon Valley to a globally recognized company, obviously the black and yellow straps. And from there, I really took an interest in growing and developing brands. The marketing interest took off. Started an agency shortly thereafter, grew it to a couple of two offices in the financial district in San Francisco. And around that time, I realized that working with brands that were $250 million and up to Fortune 20 companies, was really a good sweet spot. In Silicon Valley, there was a lot of opportunity for growth, a lot of opportunity to help a company in its initial stages grow into, a major public company. And throughout the course of my career, I've had the privilege of doing that for brands like DocuSign, Sephora, Wells Fargo, Google, and currently we're branching off and helping personal brands grow. So working with superstars like Maluma grow from where they are in their stages to globally recognized brands.
Your path really has been nothing short of spectacular of the experience you've had in taking TV and taking it digitally and connecting with these clients, especially in Silicon Valley. You must have had a treasure trove of companies that really needed that push, because that's really where a lot of growth starts.
Yeah, exactly. And I think, especially being in Silicon Valley, you deal with a lot of technology companies, which means there's products that are new, products that are going to change the world. But I think in general, the issue within marketing is figuring out storytelling and how brands can better connect with their consumers, whether it's through a digital strategy or through advertising or communications. I think that one of the things that's been really influential in my career has been the idea of storytelling. My mom is a multi-Grammy nominated singer for Best Album, and she's had a lot of success in telling stories. And so throughout the whole entirety of my childhood and adulthood, I've been basically around people who tell great stories. And I realized that applying that to my career, really focusing on how to tell better stories, helps a brand that might even have kind of a technology background, or even an athlete or a performer that has music or entertainment in their offering, really help them tell a story that relates and resonates to their consumers, is a really great pathway to success. So storytelling is really a key part of what we focus on in our marketing at Desmond Garcia.
And storytelling is important for all different types of companies to really find the right way to connect with their audience. I think what you say about music and the stories they tell, that's why people find their favorite artists, because they're telling a story that really resonates. And digitally, this is what makes for these great relationships to grow between the company and the consumer. With what you've seen and all the activity that you've had with these companies, a lot has changed over the last few years, and there's definitely a lot of things that will change over the next few. Where do you see some of the real target focuses for these companies as the next couple of years come through?
I think what's interesting about storytelling is our attention spans are no longer what they used to be. The way that we digested stories 10, 5, 10, even 20 years ago is completely different than what we're exposed to now. So most of us have social media accounts. We go through social media, we get advertised to, we connect with brands there. We see pre-roll on YouTube. We have a website experience, and I think that what really matters is the I would say that the way that stories are told are about moments. So if you break down the way that a story is told, how it initially grabs your attention, this is what Google calls a zero moment of truth. When you're first exposed to a brand or first experience that, really that's the important part. How a brand distinguishes themselves in that storytelling. And of course, there's also the strategy that goes behind that, which is a huge part of what we do. Where you tell the story, how the story is told, how you move customers through a customer funnel, how you build brand affinity, and so forth. Those are all important. But the underlying point is really what the story is, how it connects to the audience, understanding your audience, doing the research and development that's needed to know what goals they have in life, what moves them to make decisions. That's really all a part of kind of what we've considered to be the fundamentals of marketing, and really what will continue to drive consumer decisions in the future.
You really tell a great focus on storytelling, and it's obvious how storytelling has been woven into your entire life, and what you're doing for businesses, and what you've really been doing extremely successfully for big businesses. So we really appreciate all that you shared with us today, and thank you for joining us in this conversation.
Sure thing, man. Thanks so much for having me, Howard. Have a nice day.
And thank you all for joining us as well. Desmond has a multitude of experience in telling stories digitally and getting that message to resonate with the audiences for these incredible companies and individuals that are making their mark in the world. And you can learn more on Daily Ad Brief, and want you to go out, have a great rest of today, and we'll see you next time on Marketing Champions.
Simplify presents Addressable CTV, combining the power of TV with the targeting and attribution of digital. Simplify's Addressable CTV delivers massive reach with the ability to scale without sacrificing precision. TV buyers can generate incremental reach with household-level targeting, frequency controls, reporting, and insights. To learn more about Simplify's Addressable CTV and what it can do for your clients, visit simply.fi.